Hi and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about a topic that nobody talks about in online courses, so I hope you're excited about covering this one. And that's the Python GIL, the Global Interpreter Lock. This is a pretty advanced topic, and we're not going to go into all the technical depth, but we are going to cover what it is, why it's there, and sort of what it means for us. So when you launch a Python app, you actually get a new Python process. We know now what a process is. A process is at least one thread and some resources. So the process can deal with going into a core, coming out of the core, reserving some resources it needs, like access to a file or something like that. So you get one thread in Python, you get the main thread, but you can make more threads if you want. So when you launch your Python app, you get a thread that runs through your Python code from top to bottom, as we've seen, but you can make more threads if you want. We're going to look at how you can do that. But given that we know only a single thread can run in a core at once, why would you? What's the benefit of making more threads? Well, of course, the benefit of making more threads is so you can run one in each core. If your computer has more than one core, you could get Python to make two threads and run them in two cores at the same time. Not so fast. Due to how Python has been implemented, so the people who wrote Python, you cannot run two threads in one process at the same time. So if you have your Python process create another thread, the main thread and that other thread are not going to be able to run at the same time, even if you have two cores. And that's because each process in Python creates a key resource, a critical resource. And when a thread is running, it must acquire that resource. And every process creates only one of these. Okay, think of it like a core, except it's not a core, it's just another type of resource. The process creates this unique resource, and when a thread is running, it must acquire it. And Python is going to check that your thread has that resource before it runs it. And because there's only one of those resources, you can only run one thread in that process at once. So you may think, well, why is this resource being created? And that's a good question. We're going to go into that in just a moment. The resource in question here is called the GIL. Okay, that's the resource that the process creates and the threads must acquire. The GIL is the Global Interpreter Lock. And a lock is a specific type of resource in threaded code. So this is what the process creates, this Global Interpreter Lock. A thread must acquire it, then they can run, and then they must release it for another thread to run. So you cannot run two threads at the same time. Okay, so what about multiple Pythons? I mean, I'm sure you have run multiple Python apps before, and they ran side by side, right? Well, yes, you can launch multiple Python processes, like we saw, and just